Let's get underway then, mate. So, welcome back, everybody, to the Crown of Command. And, of course, I'm joined here with my wonderful co-host all the way from Australia, Sydney, Australia. It's Carnifex. How you going, mate?
Yeah, pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad at all. It's a Sunday morning, and we're just sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying our hobby time. And we thought we would do something a little bit different this time. Usually, we have, and we always will do, like a shout out to the community and what people are doing out there in their sort of hobby space and hobby land, wherever they might be around the world. But what we might do is more of because I talked to you about it this week, more of a visual thing. Let's record these in video and then post them up on my YouTube channel so people can actually see the stuff that people are doing rather than just us talking about it. So hopefully people will enjoy both the audio and visual representations of the stuff that we're talking about in our shout outs this time. So so guys, when this podcast goes out, there will be a video that's going to be uploaded with a video of us talking about it. It's going to be slightly edited in places, of course, but that way, if you just want to have a look at the pictures and all the eye candy, we can do that at my YouTube channel, which is a link in the show notes below in this podcast. Wherever your podcast host is, you'll see like the show description, and all the links will be down there to access the YouTube channel if you weren't aware that there is one for the Crown of Command. But without further ado, mate, let's begin with Discord. And you want to shout some people out on our Ebby led painting section here, mate.
Yeah, so first up, just looking at the Vlad von Carstein by Scales. Probably one of the few Warhammer fantasy characters that I actually know because of reading White Dwarfs. Classic.
Indeed.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah,
especially
really
the base details. I don't think I could get the tiny little teeth and the eyes. There's no way I could do that. Very good work.
I was going to say, like, probably the outstanding part of that paint job, which is really hard to get, is the effect of having on his non-metallic blade there, he's got like little etches.
It's crazy
carved in there, and that you got to highlight the edges, and doing that's really difficult. So I think that's a really excellent job he's done on that. Fantastic.
I should have scroll up to the Phoenician. So this is one of two photos. That's, I guess, like a leader, but he's done these Zinch knights, and the standout for me is just like the crazy amount of detail, like on the furs and stuff like that. It really sort of melds together well. I don't know what edition they are or any of that sort of stuff. I don't know if they're modern or new or old or a mix, but they look fantastic. The back shots, just amazing. Yeah, I love all that sort of stuff. Mixtures of furs and things. It's crazy. And the leader that he painted, which is the picture below that, it's got some stunning details on the horse. It's got like a Cthulhu tentacle mouth, and like this cow symbol, like on its barding or flesh. Often with these cow horses, they're just a conglomerate of everything. Who knows if they're even remotely a horse anymore? Yeah, just crazy. It's really good.
Yeah, I like the tiger stripes, and I think and the overall. Like, I know that this is Jimmy from the Old World Lives podcast. If people don't know who the Phoenician is, that's Jimmy from the podcast there in Sweden, and I know he's like a mad converter and painter. He loves all that kind of aspect of the hobby, and he's always doing stuff for Mordheim, or Mordheim, I should say, and now he's doing something for fantasy battles because he's obviously an avid 6th edition player, but he's also wanting to try some of the early editions. So I think this will be part of a unit that he's using for his 4th edition or 5th edition battles, I think, with his brother.
Quite sick.
Yeah, really cool.
Highland Painting, obviously showing off more completed Space Orcs. Never get tired of seeing these. Just those crazy patterning on the legs and sleeves and stuff. Like great attention to detail, perfect painting. 10 out of 10. Fucking hell, look at that thing. It's amazing.
Yep, no, they're amazing. They're really good. Great source of inspiration, especially for me as I'm, making my way through my orcs and painting them bit by bit. So it's really nice to see these beautiful bad moons and freebooters and all that kind of thing pop up. From Highland Painting, we're going to give him have a look at his Instagram maybe a bit later as well. But yeah, fantastic work on these.
And I was having a look at Beaky's Hobgoblin Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yep. Now, is it Fazel, the person who's designing these? Like a 3D print? Okay, I think his username or his online persona is
something like that. Yeah,
Fazel or something like that. Sorry if I got that name wrong, but yeah, I know he's doing all these designs himself in 3D, and then people are able to print them out to use as Chaos Dwarves or Hobgoblins.
Dwarfs.
Really nice scale work here with the red. And I think this is Andreas Beaky, so he's done a really nice work just making those really nice subtle highlights on each of those scales. Just a little bit, yeah.
That'd make me go cross-eyed doing that.
But yes, you can see these 3D designs are really nicely crisp prints when you do print them out, depending on what printer. Don't get me started on printers because I don't know anything about them. You have to ask Marcel about those because I don't know anything about them. So, but higher the printer, the higher the grade the printer, the higher the print, I guess.
That's right. Now, Peckus, he's got those Talon Rough Riders, not those horrible new sculpts that Games Workshop has made. Yeah. Yeah, these are fantastic. Hardly ever see Rough Riders, let alone Talon Rough Riders. So well done, man. Look at them. Crazy.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're even effective in game, that's another thing, but thematic wise and, fill a bit of points up. Fantastic.
So are these conversions like as in metal models and they've been cut, just the head's been cut off and replaced on the bodies, or what?
I don't know about that because I think they might have released a Talon Rough Rider.
Right.
But there's probably a few bits and pieces glued onto them there, so I'd say some of it's conversion. But I think there are Talon Rough Riders because the original Rough Riders were those Attilan guys with the huge, big, like Genghis Khan style hats. Yeah, they're awesome. But I'm pretty sure Talon got some Rough Riders, and don't forget the original Imperial Guard Rogue Trader era ones, who were just basically like proto-Cadians, That was fantastic too.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, very well done. Now, someone who really sort of stepped up to the plate because of my whinging is Fortis. So all of the next sort of bunch of photos are by Fortis. So he's got epic. Just a lot of these are 3D printed as well.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you, the technology just isn't there, mate. The amount of people who just don't think 3D printing is there are just moronic. Like the 8K 8K scale.
8K sounds a lot better though. I like that name. 8K. That's a good name. That one.
We'll put that in the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah. 8K scale 3D printing is nuts, but the really outrageous part of this is that this is epic scale, and he's done so much detail on them. It's just disgusting. Yeah. So very, very good painter. He's also got the scaled down Battlefleet Gothic ships, so you can cram more ships on a tabletop sort of thing, and beautiful bases, obviously. Hit that with an airbrush and bit of masking tape and stuff, do some cosmic scenes. But yeah, it's a cool concept. I've never played with that sort of scaled down BFG, but I've heard about it to get more ships on the table. Yeah. So something Marcel actually mentioned to me first. Very, very cool. But he's also done things like Chaos Dwarves, Battletech, Warhammer, like fantasy stuff. Just just outrageous. So definitely pop in the Evuled painting section and have a slow browse of all of his stuff, which is really cool. The Chaos Dwarves are painted excellently, obviously.
Yeah. So there's more of these Fazel. There we go. Fabazel. Fabazel. Sorry. There we go.
Yeah.
We've got Fabazel Chorfs. Chorfs?
Chorfs, yeah.
Chaos
Chaos
Dwarves.
Dwarves.
Okay, nice. But yeah, really good work on these too. So
yeah, evil purple skin. Yeah.
Yep, great bases, great thematic sort of style to them. Nice. I like the purple skin tones and that kind of thing. But it shows off the sculpts and the designs and how good they are, because as we all know, Chaos Dwarves, 4th edition Chaos Dwarves, are just like just out of people's financial reach to acquire them, and then how many years it will take to actually get a proper army together, having bought up small army lots and that kind of thing. So this is a great way to get Chaos Dwarves back onto your Herohammer tables.
Yeah, 3D printing just makes this old Hammer stuff more accessible, especially if you need stuff like arms and guns, which absolute flogs on eBay are selling for 60 USD for a blister of orc arms. You can go stuff yourself, You can get that stuff printed on Cults 3D or Thingiverse or whatever. There's multiple different people who have made alternate orc arms for your old metal orcs and space marines and all that stuff. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff here. Whiskey and Wizards, he did an Imperial Assassin for Olden Demon. This sculpt sort of struck fear into most people's hearts because this was the absolute bastard that existed before Modern Assassins came out. He would usually appear next to your troops due to the polymorphine card, because he could take 3 war gear cards, and then he'd just lob a vortex grenade at your commander. Well done, game over. It's very, very pretty model. He's done it justice. I know Ben, Whiskey and Wizards, Ben, he said he had his own frustrations painting the thing. I wouldn't even bother attempting it. Very nice.
Yep, always Ben does a fantastic job, and I think this is for a commission, I believe.
Olden Demon, or I don't know.
Olden. Sorry, if it's sorry, you mentioned that before. I apologize. If it's for Olden Demon, that says, I think this is for somebody else, but he's entering it on their behalf, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Some lucky bastard will end up with that.
Yeah.
I was going to jump to the modeling workshop into the next section. I'll jump around a bit. It's just how I do it. So yeah, I just wanted to point out here, the Maelstrom is a bit of a balsa wood and cardboard wizard. So he showed off this sort of instruction hut. He's also posted up some completed stuff, like a building and a modular river, which you'll see up there. That's pretty cool. That reminds me of the old using bits of cardboard and putty and stuff like that. And in a fantasy game, you've pretty much just had an annoying river, some hills, and maybe a hut if you were lucky. That was pretty much it.
It reminds me, and I need to finish off my my river tutorial. It's almost done. I just need to finish off some things and start painting the actual sections. But it's very similar to what he's done here. I made mine out of thick card as well. It's like a high density foam. And so you don't need MDF, because MDF is really hard to cut and to shape into things like this if you want a certain arrangement. But obviously it's the most durable material. But yeah, thick card is a great way of getting around that. And as long as you can stop it from warping, then you're right, you can make nice rivers.
Yeah, so two things that have come up recently in the modeling section a lot are 2 different types of fences, right? So one for fantasy being the sandbag or stone walls, which Harmondecker, he's showed off he's doing some of there. That's very, very nice. I like it. And then also you've got a whole bunch of people like Clem and Odgit's Hut or Ted showing off their different terrain. So Clem, he's got the classic sort of wheat fields made out of carpet, and then the old flocked hedgerows and that sort of stuff, and then Ted showing off chain link fence and barrels and crates. Now Clem also showed off some mesh fences that he did years ago, as well as a cute little lizard man temple he made when he was like a wee lad. But look at the weathering on Ted's chain link fence.
Yeah.
So you can buy that chain link material like online from hobby stores and stuff,
Right.
and then just use some poles or chopsticks or whatever and basing material. He even put in a little one-man gate, which is so cute. So, like, tiny little details. Perfect.
I'll have to find that.
That's great.
Actually, because well, you can see the building process for a lot of these other projects as well. It's not like just a finished article. You can see the people making things and giving the work in progress shots, which is important as well.
That looks like something that I have to walk through at work.
Yeah. Maybe in the same one. Maybe you don't actually go to work. Maybe it's just in a dream and you're on Ted's tabletop.
But you're right. It's like the guys put in there like sort of steps and progress shots, which is fantastic. And if you ever need to ask a question about how to build something or do something, just ask in these channels, because the guys will eventually get around to responding to you. And that genuinely looks like metal, but it's plastic and it's been painted and weathered. It's great.
Excellent.
Good work,
very good. Great guys. Yeah, very good.
And I was just gonna skip to the Warhammer 40k seconded bit down the bottom there. Yeah. Now Chris told me last night when I was chatting to him that he's trying he's handed some plastic Guardians.
Yeah. Good on him.
Man,
excellent.
He's a good painter. He's just kicked that off, and he's debating on whether or not to put a symbol on the forehead there. One of those little Eldar runes. That's probably something. It probably means something really insulting and Eldar. Don't believe in their lies. Yeah, good work, man. But I think I'd probably put like a little symbol on there. But check out Tower of Skulls. He's showing off these space wolves and orcs, and geez, they're really nice, man. Especially like the orcs that he's painting. They're like in Bad Moon's colors, very chunky, and you can see at least one of the sculpts in his orcs are Nightmare miniatures. That guy at the back.
Yes, and the guy in the foreground one as well, I think. The one in the middle?
I think you're right. There's so many of them, and look how they fit in with Nazdrag.
Yeah, they do.
They fit in.
Yep.
They're great. Yeah. So if you ever need alternatives, Nightmare Miniatures, go and check them out.
Yep. Not that we're sponsored by Diego, but we'd love to be. But
he's
a great guy, and he does some really wonderful stuff. So we're going to feature more of his upcoming Kickstarters. I think there's one that he's doing now for ogres, I believe, coming up soon, or trolls or something like that. Yeah. So he's always doing something Old Hammer related. So cool.
And when we scroll up, obviously I had a battle on Friday night, so we can ignore that. It's just Tyranids versus Squats. It was a bit messy. So Sjord, he's been doing quite a few miniatures, and he did an Exo Armored Squat. You don't see these often.
No.
So it's pretty cool to see that.
You were killing a few of those before in your last game?
I blew one up. He was on a trike and he had an unfortunate accident. Yeah. Poor bugger.
That's awesome. Really enjoy that a lot, mate.
Yeah. So speaking of Sjord, if you have a look at Captain Crayon, he's been doing some Harlequins. Now, that's another type of model I'd never attempt to paint. Right? It's too hard, too much detail. I saw someone was suggesting, instead of just a normal flocked base, you can get these printable bases that have deck of cards, sort of like hearts and stuff like that on the bases. That would be really cool.
That'd be great.
Because the Harlequin army is kind of like a deck of cards. You got Solitaire and stuff like that. So interesting. Cool. But very cool. Good work, awesome. Captain Crayon.
Awesome.
If we jump over to the Warhammer Fantasy section, Stuart again has been working on his ratties. He's done like a character. He's done some normal Skaven. He's also done some of those plague ones, the plague rats.
Ah, okay. The plague monks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think, if we scroll up a little bit, you can see JT posted a few like battle pics as well that he had in fantasy. There's one of it's like a Hydra or something flaming a unit. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I think he's playing 4th edition, which is great. It's my classic all-time favorite edition. But boy, oh boy, I'd hope he had some spells to kill that bloody Hydra with, because it would be just wrecking that Orc and Goblin player's day if that thing got loose. But I think it did, actually.
I think his giant ended up like in combat with it or something from what I was reading. But yeah, check it out. It's pretty funny.
But this is what happens if you don't kill the Hydra
man.
in time. It's just going to engulf you in flames, and your poor little goblins will be shriveled and fried and eaten for breakfast or dinner or lunch. So there you go.
Right?
Awesome. I'd really love to see people play 4th edition. So please keep those 4th edition picks coming. It's very heartwarming.
Yep. Please upload them wherever you can. Now, in the War Master section, we've got a few bits and pieces in here. So on the Lamb, that's 2,000 points of Lizardman, beautifully painted.
Right.
I know you're not a fan of
I love them. I love them. Yeah, I can't see them, which is great. They're so small.
Look at those buggers.
Can't even identify them. They're just like specks of color, specks of blue and orange and red.
They look great. And then Marcel's also got a big Imperial force that he's painted up. If we scroll up there, yeah, that's pretty cool. Steam tank.
Yep.
Dude on a flying chicken horse. Yeah, look at the detail. That's
Yep.
very, very nice. And some cannons, I think. Very cool.
So Everland. Yeah, so he's ready to play. He's got some some other units in there, some halberdiers. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, that was pretty much like the highlights that I was going to go across.
Cool.
One other thing I wanted to mention was, like, in the YouTubers community section, use that as sort of like a Nexus hub to dump videos in from YouTubers that you like. That's what I try to do. And if you're a content creator, also make sure you dump your videos in there. You don't rely on me to do it. But anyone who sees something Oldhammer that they think is cool, chuck it in there. And people want to see this stuff. It just sort of you can't rely on YouTube to send you your subscriptions and things. It's just so broken and rubbish. So yeah, if you want people to have a look at something, chuck it in there. People like Ed from Minisodes, he's just been churning out content lately, and it's just so good. And obviously yourself. The amount of videos coming out recently, it's really great to see.
Yeah, I'm really happy for Ed, because he's now, his latest video got like 10,000 views so far, which is amazing. So his channel's, just going to skyrocket now. So that's excellent, because he's put a lot of work into those videos, way more time and effort than I ever do in my videos. Mine are just sort of, here it is. This is what it is. It's not going to be, edited.
I like his
professionally, but it's very raw. But these guys, they're doing some really excellent work out there and making very professional videos, content. So they should be applauded, and they should be, liked and subscribed and shared around a lot more. So
yeah, especially Johnny Watson Gaming and Always Bored, Never Boring.
Yep.
These guys churn out stuff. Really great stuff. And yeah, Always Bored, Never Boring. He's covering stuff that a lot of people won't touch, like Space Crusade and Tyranid Attack and things like that. So yeah, check them out, man.
And Old Hammered. That's Terry. That's who I'll be interviewing in our podcast today. Really, really nice guy from the States, and I'm really happy for him, because again, he did the Tyranid Attack unboxing. And when I first saw it, it went to 17,000 views, and I congratulated him in an email. And when I went to interview him, it went to like 70,000. So it just went off the charts, and he doesn't know why, but it's for some reason that grabbed a lot of traction on YouTube, and I'm really happy for him because it means he's getting recognition for his efforts and hard work he puts into making those really high quality videos with he and his partner who do that. So really good to see. So if you're like Carnifex said, if you're a creator or if you want to be a creator and start sharing your content, this is a great channel to post it up and find other people's stuff, other people's work. Here we go. Here's Tyranid Attack. Yep. So go and check that out. I'm really, really interested in this one. And guys from Dice Hammer, if you guys are listening to this, really enjoy your videos on Second Ed from Germany. It's more of a worldwide thing, not just in America, not just in the UK, but other people from different countries making their own videos and bringing their own flavor, which is awesome.
Yeah. Good work, guys.
All right. Okay. So I think that will now finish up our coverage of, and thanks Carnifex for our coverage of Discord. We'll just have a look now at some shout outs I want to give to people in our other communities. So we're going to have a look here. We're going to start with Instagram. And now I've actually made a lot of connections on Instagram with various different painters and hobbyists. And I want to give a few people a bit of a shout out. We'll start with Wraith Wisp. Now, Wraith Wisp is doing these wonderful old hammer style paint jobs on these really old models, and they look absolutely wonderful. And he's put this sort of dark, backgrounds in on which give that more of an atmospheric feel to them, and it still accentuates all those really nice colors, dark, deep colors he puts on his miniatures. And like he always comments in my photos and stuff when I post them up, and my style is obviously completely different. It's completely different in contrast to what he does, but he appreciates the old style of Herohammer, the red era, and I really appreciate this kind of really old hammer style as well, because it's very evocative of the time period. So he does some really good work. And
screams Ansel era 40k Ansel and pre that. I love it. The weathering.
Yeah, so the weathering's great, and he puts a lot of work in his bases, and he does some work in progress shots here, so you can see, and videos sometimes. So yeah, if you're looking for content, there's a lot of stuff on Instagram that really surprised me actually. How many creators are out there doing their own thing and showing off their work on Instagram. So it's really good to see. So Wraith Wisp, I hope you keep supplying us with more old hammer content. I really enjoy that. Now, the next person I want to highlight is Gobo Gobo Hey, which is a great username. And he also entered the Olden Demon with this entry here, which I didn't realize, but it was inspired by my 1998 entry for Golden Demon, which was a goblin riding a squig. And he mentioned me in here to say that he really liked that conversion when he saw it, and he said I'm going to try to do the same thing. But I really like his idea better because he's actually using a night goblin riding gobbler, which is awesome. And it's just a great idea, great concept, and its final realization looks even better now that it's painted, and he's entered now Olden Demon. I wish him all the best of luck, and hopefully he will come away, if not the winner, then definitely with some kind of recognition for his idea and execution. Really nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and he's got some other wonderful stuff here. Really great banner for this Black Orc unit. Really like that a lot. So yeah, really good stuff. So don't think Instagram's all about boobs and people doing silly stuff or cooking steaks or whatever. There's also a lot of old hammer stuff here as well.
Cooking steaks on rocks next.
Cooking steaks on rocks. They come up a lot. I don't know why. Now this is Highland Painting, of course, with some excellent examples of really beautiful painting, beautiful basing. And modern techniques, and with a bit of the old sort of style techniques thrown in there as well. So yeah, really like a lot of what Highland Painting is doing. and rightly so. He's getting noticed and getting a lot of people are really inspired by what he's doing, especially with his orcs and stuff. So great work, as we've already seen before. So I won't go over that again. Now the other person I want to shout out to, I think it's Giovanni is his name, but that's Giocani. Giocani. Amazing. I can't elaborate enough how good these space orcs he's doing. Just incredible. The banners are just wow. I like to think of myself as someone who likes to do banners and does a fairly good job, but this guy is doing some really crisp banners. Where you can't see a brushstroke or anything. That they're just beautifully done, so smooth. And the painting of the flesh tones and all the different color hues they use on the skins of the orcs and everything about it, the whole execution of these are just perfect. So yeah, just amazing. And if you want inspiration, if you're doing space orcs, come to this guy's Instagram page and please check him out. And please follow him because he's doing really good stuff. Look at these Gretchen, awesome. Some really old road trader stuff here. Yep.
It's a challenge to work out what's actually on his banner.
Yeah, looks like a Imperial Fist and a Blood Angel helmet. And
everyone has a different interpretation.
Yeah, this is the one of the highlights for me. This one here.
Yeah. That's the best cyborg.
Yeah, that is the best cyborg ever made. And the champion riding it is also a stonking looking model. Yeah, so just great, just fantastic. So be inspired, guys. Go and check out Instagram, check out these artists. Follow them and comment and show them encouragement so they keep going. There's the original Brandy Dog. Brandy Dog. I didn't mention the Brandy Dog. Oh, that's terrible of me.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, this is Brandy Dog. Now this is your sparring partner down in Sydney, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, he usually kicks my ass with his elbow.
Well, hopefully he'll be kicking your butt with his Space Wolves, and they're so beautiful.
They're awesome.
They're just tremendous. Yeah, I think it takes him a long time to do his work, but they are just absolutely stunning when they're finished.
I think the hardest part is he has a full-time job, and he chips away at what he's doing, so it's pretty crazy.
So he needs a lot more credit for some of the stuff he's doing. Now he's doing the Olden Hammer as well.
Demon.
One of your miniatures, mate.
Yeah, yep. He had a lictor, but it was just missing a bit, so I just gave him a whole lictor. It's funny, he found all these sort of like mold damages and stuff like that, and I think a lot of the lictor models, there's got terrible sculpting, so he's been painting it and fixing errors like in the casting and all this sort of stuff. I had an original in box one I gave him, and the things you pick up when you're painting the model, it must be so frustrating.
And just one thing to point out, are you seeing this shoulder pad here on this wolf?
Yeah, no comment. Fucking hell.
No primer. Now, Brandy Dog's a little bit unique, maybe to a lot of us, and in the hobby, he doesn't actually prime any of his models. He just paints straight over the metal. Now, I've seen this done before. Back in the 90s, some guy walked into our store at Oxford Street and he started just painting over a model. He just took it out of the blister. We thought he was nuts, but obviously Brandy Dog is also in the same boat of maybe it's a new movement out there. I don't know. But please seal your miniatures if you're going to do this, because the paint will just literally flake off and chip off at a touch. So you need to really look after your models if you're going to do that way. But he gets beautiful results. What can I say? His results stand for themselves. So yeah, obviously it works for him. Anyhow, guys, that's Instagram. Hope you enjoyed that. Now over to our Facebook group. Just very quickly, we've got Ted Gunnarson's. He's finished his backdrop, which, thanks, Ted, it was inspired by my video. So I'm really happy that's helping people with their backdrops, painted backdrops. And, don't be too intimidated by it. I mean, people should just try it and have fun. And I'm no expert at it at all. I just enjoy doing them because they're just a fun part of the hobby that relates to this era. in White Dwarves and battle reports, because they always use these hand painted backdrops, and they would use that as a backdrop to showcase the models or the battle scenes or in the battle reports and that kind of thing. So well done, Ted. That looks amazing. David Rudd as well has been hard at work on his Dogs of War army as well. So doing a really fine work there on his units. And he's got some Bugman's Dwarfs he's done as well. So yeah, he's having a great time doing that, which is fantastic. So good to see you there, David. Working hard, mate. Who else can we highlight here? We've got Ed's video now for the Tyranids, 2nd edition Tyranids. So we have a lot of different mixed content here, some video. So guys, we're going to leave it here. Thank you very much. Check out the links below in the podcast, and we'll catch you again next time. Thanks again, Carnifex.
Yep. Thank you. See you around.
Okay. Bye-bye.